Protests across the globe and the racial reckoning that followed changed the world as we know it, including how some view the police and how they interact with them. I met with 3 black police officers right here at Peel Police Headquarters to talk about that growing anti-police sentiment across the world and how they feel about it. Now many protests, the cry is defund the police. When you hear that term, what does it make you think?
Defund police thing is hard to speak about because people aren't in our position. Like, we go to these calls, we get training as police officers to deal with criminal things, and we get dispatched to these calls where even I think maybe somebody with a degree or a medical background would be better at figuring out how we can approach this.
We have a crisis worker now, and he or she pretty much like leads the way. We're just there to kind of make sure nothing really gets to that criminal, something like someone gets hurt or whatever. But
when I hear defund the police, what I hear is that the community wants other social services strengthened, which is ironically is what we, the police, the leadership levels, have been advocating for years. I go on parade and I say to our young people, I say, how many of you joined the police because you wanted to be a frontline mental health care worker? I have never seen a hand go up yet. They wanted to help, but they did not want to be frontline mental health care workers, which is de facto what we are, because the police service has become the Swiss Army knife of social services. We go to everything. 2 o'clock on Christmas Eve in the morning, something's happening. Who do you call? You're not calling Ghostbusters, right? You're calling the police, and we respond to absolutely everything. Homelessness, drug addiction, unknown problems, everything defaults to the police service. And that's because all the social service agencies have not been strengthened and given the capacity and capability to respond appropriately in our service, in our communities. And as our communities grown, the police become the catch-all for everything. What I hear when I hear people say defund, I hear strengthen all the social service agencies so we can have the right response at the right time in the right way.
Coming up, in a Black Lives Matter versus Blue Lives Matter world, how do these officers balance that dual reality?